Good morning, everyone. Well, here we are on our second to last day, day 17 of the 18-day epic road trip from Halifax to Victoria. And it's first thing in the morning, so what time is it? It's map time. Yesterday, we got on the road from Twin Falls, Idaho, up and around. We got up on the highway again. And yeah, we went to a little place called, what was that? It was a little waterfall area, gorge. It was kind of cool. I think it was Malad Falls. And we kept up, went all the way past Boise, and continued on all the way up 84 into Oregon, and past La Grande. And then we had to go here, and we went past Kenwick, and we started going right. We went up this direction to this little tiny town just by Grand Coulee. Very little town. So today we're going to be driving all the way up here, all the way up into Canada, and we're going to a little town called Oliver.
I'm excited because that's where my family is and I get to see my parents. Haven't seen them since Christmas, so yay.
All right, let's go on a road trip. Come hitch a ride with us.
Guys, so as you probably are aware, welcome to Canada. We made
British Columbia.
British Columbia, Canada. So when we hit the border at the US, when we entered the Canadian side, so Osoyoos, the town is Osoyoos, and then we are traveling to my hometown of Oliver, which is where I was born and raised, and my parents are still there. So we're gonna go spend the night with them. I am not going to be filming anything with the family because first of all, they don't want to be on camera. Second of all, this is like our one night just to chill out and to visit with some family I haven't seen since Christmas, since the last holidays. Yeah, I'm going to show you some footage here of like the area. If you're not familiar, I grew up in Oliver, British Columbia, Canada, which is known as the wine capital of Canada. So there's more wineries per capita in the town of Oliver than anywhere else in the country. There's lots of grapes, a lot of grapes and a lot of apple trees.
Yes.
Which you will also see in the northern part of Washington State as well. So.
Oh, huge.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to just drive, and I'm going to show you guys some scenic areas of where I'm from. It's very hot here. It is part of the only desert in Canada outside of tundra.
It is 30 degrees Celsius today.
Which isn't bad.
Dry heat.
It is, which I prefer. And I'm looking up ahead here. There's definitely forest fires all around us. The Okanagan Valley is definitely been hit with forest fires, as it is every single year. So yeah, we'll be able to smell it. I can definitely see it up in the sky up ahead. For the end of today, it will end the video, talking portion of video today. But tomorrow, we are making it to Vancouver Island, which is our final day of driving. Right now is day 17, tomorrow will be 18, and also tomorrow too we're going on a ferry ride. So this, for those of you who don't know, Vancouver Island has nothing to do with Vancouver or the mainland of British Columbia. Once we hit Tsawwassen, which is part of the Lower Mainland, we will take an hour-and-a-half long ferry ride. That's how long it takes to get across the way to Vancouver Island. So tomorrow we've got some like really cool topography. We probably, unfortunately, will be going through a lot of forest fire areas, but we have a ferry ride. Then we're going to be in a hotel room for at least a night or two.
At least a night or two.
It could be longer.
Yeah, I think our stuff's going to hit Victoria today.
Yeah.
So they would really want to unload tomorrow.
But we're not going to be there. We will talk to you guys tomorrow on our last leg, our last part of our journey, which is to Vancouver Island. So
it is.
All right. Bye for now, guys.
Good morning, everyone. So here we are on day 18, the last day of our epic road trip to Victoria from Halifax. So here we go. Incredible, eh? Halifax will be right about here. Came all the way down to Key West, then came all the way along the Gulf Coast, to San Antonio, Houston and San Antonio, up through New Mexico, Arizona, all the way up through Utah, a little bit of Nevada, Idaho, Oregon, and into Washington. Yesterday, stopped in this little tiny town. I can't even remember the name of it, like Ephrata. And then we came up this way, past Cooley City, came all the way up here, all along here, past Omak, gassed up in Tonskit, crossed over the border here in Osoyoos.
Yep.
And then stopped right there, just south of Okanagan Falls for the night at Kim's parents' place. And today we are going down here to Karamias, hopefully, you know, skirting a fire that's up that direction, coming through Manning Park, up to number 1, into Vancouver, and over to the Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal. We're going to end up in Victoria tonight. Take the BC Ferry, about as far west as you can go. Well, that's the plan for today. Come hitch a ride with us.
Okay guys, so we're on the last leg of our trip.
On our way to Victoria via the Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal.
We're driving through the outskirts of a forest fire, because that's the way we have to go. And it's pretty smoky out, but okay. We'll be driving through like Costin, Karamias, Headley. You guys know the band Headley? Yeah, they named their band after the town Headley. But then they've got Princeton. Then we go through Manning Park, which is Highway 3, Crow's Nest Pass, into Hope. And then we go through all the valleys. So we go through like Sardis, Chilliwack, Abbotsford, all that fun stuff. And then we're heading out to Tsawwassen to catch the ferry. And the ferry is a 1.5 hour ferry ride that leaves Tsawwassen and it goes right to Victoria. And Victoria is not our end game, but it is for this particular journey, as our home is just 45 minutes up island from Victoria. But yeah, we'll be spending the time that we have before our stuff gets here in Victoria.
Yeah, and our stuff is actually in Victoria right now, so we could theoretically be unloading tomorrow.
Just wanted to pass that on. So we'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hey Nelson, we are at the ferry terminal right now in Tsawwassen, just waiting to get through. We have our reservations already. We're both pretty excited to get over the island. So
yep.
Anyway, we're gonna definitely go up on the upper deck on the ship that we'll be, or the boat that we'll be riding. So
the ferry.
Yeah, the ferry.
We
And
probably need a sweater because it's a little chilly.
it's chilly.
Here.
It's actually the coldest day we've had since the day we left Canada, on the 17th of July.
Yeah, it's like 21 degrees right now, but on the water, the wind gets a little chilly.
It is breezy as well, so add the actual speed of the boat, or the ferry, if you will. So yeah, all right, so we're going to take you guys with us. We literally just have to wait for the ferry and take the ferry, and then we're on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, so we had the reservation for the 3 o'clock ferry, and that went swimmingly, theoretically. You know.
Yeah, we're not on
the ferry is not here yet, but yeah, after 8,000 miles or 13,500 kilometers, we are here.
We'll take you on the ferry with us, of course, because we got to go on the upper deck. So
yeah,
anyway, we'll still do that, so stay tuned.
We are on BC Ferries with Monty.
Yes.
Monty's super excited to get back into...
he's never been into Canada on the west coast,
technically speaking, yes, he's never been here.
He's purchased on the US side.
We picked him up, we picked him up at the Peace Arch.
The duty free.
The duty free. Still in Canada, but yeah.
But yeah, so this is a 1.5 hour ferry ride.
Yep.
It's both a vehicle passenger, like walk-on, and vehicle passenger vessel.
Yep.
And it has lots of facilities, has a gift shops. We found out their cafe is closed, which is where we were going to go for a coffee or something.
Yeah, they still have a white spot, but you know, you can get burgers and all that sort of good stuff there, just like you would at any other white spot. But you know, same thing as everywhere. Everyone's having staffing shortages, issues, trying to find people to work. So you know, if you're looking for a job, I'm sure BC Ferries could hook you up.
So we're going to take you guys along on this trip. We're going to try to stay, we got sweaters on, even though it's summertime, but being outside, it's going to be a bit chilly. But we want to show you, this is one of the most scenic routes that you can take on a BC Ferries, on a major BC Ferries.
It's really quite nice.
Yeah. And so you get to go through Active Pass, Pender Island. There's so, like, you're almost in the U.S. Like, at one point, you can see the U.S.
Actually, technically speaking, the Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal ends at the U.S. border. Like the actual physical piece of land that the ferries come into. So as soon as basically we slip, we're in U.S. waters, and we head straight over to Active Pass, and it's a lot of good scenery. All right.
See you guys in a bit.
Here's where we are. We're at, I'll give you a second on where we are. We are definitely in BC. That is the last day, day 18, the end of day 18 of 18 days. Drove all the way from Oliver, BC. We came back down to Osoyoos, then all the way back up here. There was a fire near Karamias. All in here is on fire, but we were able to get around that all the way through the Crow's Nest Pass and Manning Park, hooked up with the number 1, went through Surrey and went dunk down to White Rock and Tsawwassen, and then we took the ferry right into there, into Sydney, and then down to Victoria, and that puts us right here. That's the capital of British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia. That's the view. Got Queen Victoria over there, keeping an eye on the government. We've got the Empress over there, the War Memorial, the museum. Great museum, by the way. Highly recommended. And if you can, get a tour of inside there. And here's Kim.
Look at where we've been.
The total.
Hold on.
With the map. Of course, the wind pops up just as we're doing this.
This is where we went.
Yeah, so we went from Halifax all the way down and came all the way this way. There's 25 states and 3 provinces in 18 days. How do you feel, Kim?
Glad to be home. No, it was a good trip. We saw a lot of stuff, but it's also nice to be back in BC after 3 years of being in Halifax. So yeah, no, it's good. So this is it, you guys.
This is it.
This is the last day. This is the last little video clip
of this this adventure. That's it. Well, we'll see you on, I guess, the next adventure.
Yeah, and thanks again for joining us for all these episodes, you guys, because it's been a lot of fun. It's also a way for us to kind of bank what we've done.
Yeah, like show
our family and friends where we've been and what we're doing.
Yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it.
And there'll be lots more trips to come. Maybe not quite this extensive, but
this is a big trip. Like 8,000 miles, 13,500 kilometers, 25 states, 3 provinces.
So thank you guys so much for hitching a ride with us.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
On our next episode, Nelson and I take you on a fabulous day out on the water. We head out to Petter Bay near Victoria, rent a boat, and head on out into the ocean. We stumble across an amazing lighthouse with very noisy sea lions. We had the most amazing humpback whale sighting ever. Whoa! He's right in front of us! So come hitch a ride for our next adventure.